Welcome to Caching Waves. This is a Chainlink analysis using Elliott wave theory. I'm going to get into the micro time frames, but just wanted to do a quick recap on the daily chart. That is from our significant low at 476. We have a wave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now how we analyze this is our wave 2 we want usually between the 386 and the 786. You can see we came right between the 618 and the 786. Our wave 3, our targets for that are taken from the beginning of wave 1, extend that off of the wave 2. We look for 161.8% extension. We came past that to an extended target. And then for our fourth wave, we take the length of wave 3. We look between the 236 and the 50% retracement. And we ended up getting between the 236 and the 382 for our fourth wave. And for our fifth wave, we take the length of wave 1 and extend that off of wave 4, targeting the 1-to-1, where wave 5 equals the length of wave 1. You can see we hit that target pretty much to a T at 2169. Now, the only issue with this chart is where our top is, and I'll show you that for a second. But just the way these work is this is a larger wave 1, just like this, looking for a 3-wave correction between the 382 and the 786 to make a larger version of this wave 3 once this correction is complete. We're tracking waves in different time frames. Okay? Now, if you have any questions about Elliott wave, feel free to ask me. But the issue with this count and why it's been so hard to track this correction is the fact that our fifth wave, completed in 5 waves here, right here at the 1-to-1 at 21.69. We then had a 3-wave pullback. We wanted to see continuation to the downside, but we actually got a 3-wave move back above the 5th wave. Our 5th wave is here. This ends up being a complex correction. For Elliott wave, we call that a combination or a complex correction, which we have a B, C for a W wave. We then have a 3-wave X, A, B, C for a zigzag, another 3-wave move as another X, and an A, B, C for our Z wave. So all intents and purposes here, we are technically complete in the correction, but there is an issue with this correction. We can get another move to the downside. Reason being, in this final Z wave, starting from up here, we're looking for a zigzag, a 5-3-5, 5-3-5. You can see we did complete that technically, and our minimum requirement is take the length of our A wave, extend it off our B wave. We only have to hit the 61.8% extension, which we did. The trouble with this is this can be labeled 2 ways. Our fourth wave could actually be a flat, like such, where our B wave makes a lower low below our third, and our fourth does not extend past our wave A. It's called a running flat, and then we get our 5th wave. So because both of these count, if this fails to hold this pivot at 1105, we'd target the 1-to-1 extension of this relabeled A wave for our C wave. We just want to go at least below the A wave, and our 1-to-1 target would be about 873. We'd be looking for a matching wave right here if we fail. So that's the alternative. But because we have a completed pattern, it doesn't stop me from taking this trade long, because my invalidation level is literally right there at 1105. And you can see how close we are to that, and we're targeting all-time highs for a 3rd wave, which I'm not even going to calculate right now, but it's very high if this level holds. And I know I'm wrong right at that point, and I can reanalyze this, look for 5 waves down, perhaps as a diagonal to complete, and then I'll look for another entry. I only risk 1% of my trades, so I just take the setups available. It's not my job to try and predict exactly what the market's going to do. It's to find the best risk-reward trades when a count is valid. That's all I'm doing. I'm not predicting this. I'm saying we have a completed count. we have a possibility that a bottom is in. That is all. So we're going to talk about this area here. Just remember, if we fail and break below 1105, our next target is an equal length wave, which could take us out another month. Okay, so we'll talk about the bullish scenario currently available. And that is that we have a 5-wave move off the low as a diagonal. We're looking for zigzag patterns, ABCs. We got a 5-wave move, nice shape, contracting diagonal. Once we hit our 5th, we had our correction. This makes a 1-2 on a smaller degree, looking for a 1-2. Now, only issue with diagonals is we can get pretty deep retracements. You can see how close we are. This is the 786 retracement of this move up, 78.6% it has retraced. But the fact that we have nice 3-wave patterns is a good indication that this is corrective rather than impulsive. The downside is on the larger trend, when we're saying maybe we can make new lows, we can also make diagonals as C waves. So we can get a diagonal to the downside as well. So we're not going to know until we see the reaction at this level. But what I have mapped out here as our correction is a WXY, or a double zigzag. Our first W is a 5-3-5, 5 waves down, B wave, 5 waves for our C. We then got a X wave here as a 3-wave move, and we're looking for another zigzag, a 5-3-5. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, A wave, B wave, 1, 2. We got our third complete, looking for a 4-5. One more tick down. But what's so good about this is you can see how close our stop is. 1105, this is not valid. We're so close, right? So it's a very good risk reward. You do what you want to do. I'm not here to tell you what to do. I'm just letting you know I took this trade. So I only risk 1% because you don't want an amount of money that messes with your head, and standard rules are 1 to 2% per trade. I'll just say that for what that is. A lot of people ignore that, but I would suggest following it. Okay, so our 1-to-1 extension of W off our X is there at 1141, very close. And our 1-to-1 extension of our C wave length off our A wave off the B is around 1130. So you can see we have confluence in that zone. It's very, very close. But we can technically be complete now. We only have to hit the 618. So maybe we get just a double bottom here just to complete that 5th, and then we reverse. We'll wait and see. This is a shift pitchfork I have on taken from our W off our X. We might just tick below that, then reverse. But very nice trade setup currently available. Nothing says this has to work out. It's just the one possibly available right now. And again, very good risk reward all the way up. Once again, if this does fail, just looking for this relabeled as an A wave, B wave. This would end up being some sort of diagonal to complete. And then I'd look for another long. All right, guys, that's it for Chainlink. Thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next one.